I've come up with the master plan as to how to break up with someone. I've taken everything I've learned in life and I'm giving to you my secret list, the official breakup guide. We do not chase, we do not beg, we do not devalue ourselves for anybody. If they do not respect us, we're not there. Oh, we can stay friends. No, you can't. You physically cannot. It will take years for you to be able to have that communication again. You need to be fully over someone. Like if you kissed them, you'd be grossed out. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tall Blonde. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tall Blonde. Now, today we are getting into my favorite topic ever. And if you're going through a breakup, if you are trying to get over a breakup, if you're planning on breaking up with somebody, you better listen the hell up, because I have come up with the master plan as to how to break up with someone or how to go through that breakup. I called it in my notes and I've been adding to this for a year now, and it's called the official breakup guide. So I've taken everything I've learned in therapy. I've taken everything I've learned in life coaching. I've taken everything I've learned in life from friends, family, whoever that may be. And I'm giving to you my secret list. Okay. You might want to save this because who knows if Jimmy's going to break up with you next month. Not saying he is, but what if he does? Then we need the secrets. Okay. We need this to get over it, because this helps you get over it real quick and indefinitely. Okay. I can prove to you that this works just by me as an example. And if you might not know me that well, but a year ago or 2 years ago, I kept getting back with an ex and I finally cut the cord. Okay. Congrats to me. Kudos to me. Thank you. But you can too. Okay. If you follow this guide. Now, if you're watching me, you might see me look at my phone, but I just want to get you the nitty gritty of this all. And I do not want to mess anything up and I don't want to miss anything, because this is for you and you only. Okay. Don't share this with your ex or your boyfriend. Don't listen to it with someone that you're thinking of breaking up with, because you don't want them to get over you. This is selfishly just yours. Okay. So you might want to get a shot or a drink or something, because you need to get comfortable, because we're going in. Okay. And you might need a pen and paper, because you might want to write this down too if you don't save it, but you probably should. So getting over him and thriving post breakup. So first things first, this is you time. Regardless if you break up with him, he breaks up with you, he ghosted you, whatever that may be, this is you time. This is time for you to be selfish and focus on you. Maybe this is time that you've always wanted to switch your career, you switch that career. Maybe this is your time that you wanted to start a business, you start that business. Maybe this is a time that you want to connect more with your friends and get closer with your family or move countries. I don't even care what that may be. You could get divorced and have kids and you thought of, moving to a different house. This is your time to do it. This is your time to start your own life for you and be selfish, okay? Maybe even start a new hobby, whether that's working out more or getting that dream body. Maybe it's knitting or cooking. I don't give a shit. You're going to pick that up now. The second thing is cut off communication. Now, this is a hard one because not a lot of people want to do that. Oh, we can stay friends. No, you can't. You physically cannot. It will take years for you to be able to have that communication again. You need to be fully over someone. Like if you kiss them, you'd be grossed out. That over someone to have communication with them. Okay. Because if not, it's just going to hurt your heart. And why the hell would we want to do that? That's 2 steps back. Okay. We need to be on the path to greatness, and that is breaking up. This is a good time. Look at this and feel it as if you're opening a new door to something that's even greater than what you've been in for the last year, month, whatever that may be. It could be a situationship you're trying to get over, okay? Whatever, I'm not judging. But all communication. And that means if he's reaching out to you and he's calling you or texting you or anything like that, it won't stop and you keep looking at it and you're kind of getting a weird feeling in your tummy, or you don't know what he's going to say and you kind of want to know what he's going to say, this is the time to block his number. I'm sorry to say, it sucks. You want to see him reaching out. I get it. You want to see him blowing up your phone and texting you and seeing your social media and whatever that may be. But why on earth would we give them that? Why would we allow them to see us or speak to us in any way, shape, or form? All they're trying to do is selfishly, they're hurting inside. So they want to speak with you or to you or tell you something to maybe rope you back in a little bit. And that is just not okay. That is not respecting yourself enough to say no. By no means do you even get access to me anymore. I am blocking you. So in this case, for me in the past, what has worked best is blocking, because out of sight, out of mind, you don't see that person's name coming back up on your phone. You don't see that person liking your pictures. You don't see that person trying to slide into your DMs. You just don't get bothered. And why would we let someone even have a weird feeling in our tummy of seeing a text come through when you're done with them? They've done something, or you just didn't feel like they were the person. So they're gone. They're cut out of communication. And if it is that social media where they're liking pictures, or they're sliding in, or they're bombarding you in any way, shape, or form, you might have to mute them, or you might have to just block them in general. I know I'm honestly talking to myself at this point because I haven't blocked my ex yet, but I have blocked him off of text or communicating to me in any way, but I haven't blocked him from seeing my profile. And me saying this right now and explaining it to you makes me feel like I need to block him on social media, because yes, I want him to see me do well. Yes, I want him to see me thrive and doing well in my work and things that he told me that I would never be able to do. But guess what? He doesn't even deserve access to see who we're hanging out with, what bars we're going to, how much fun we're having. He doesn't deserve that. Yes, it's baby steps and only do things when you're ready, but life is about uncomfortable. You only grow and you only get over things when you are in that uncomfortable state. If you're going back into someone and kind of giving them that that is taking a step back for you. And that's the comfort. That's the quick fix. Getting back with an ex, knowing that it's not going to work out, or it didn't work out the first time for some other reason. If they're not changing, you know that's never going to work out. But it's that comfort in the quick fix of talking to him on the phone for those couple hours, or hanging out for those couple of days, and then it all caving in again and it hurting you even more. And that's time wasted. That's time that you could be using to follow this breakup guide and achieve that getting over it and freedom so much faster. Because when you're fully over it, trust me, it is the most freeing feeling in the world. After that, I understand the social media thing is hard too, because I haven't even done it, but let's do it together, okay? I have also touched on the fourth step, which is the ick list. Now, I've said this before, but for those of you who haven't heard the episode that I talked about it, I created this thing called an ick list for my exes after breaking up with them. And weirdly, I've always broken up with my exes, but that's a story for another time. An ick list puts every single thing that they did you dirty, they did you wrong, everything but the positives we are putting onto this list. Did he cheat on you? Was he a narcissist? Did he tell you what you could and couldn't wear? Did he make fun of you for eating too much? Did he make fun of you for what you're wearing? Did he call you fat? What did he do? Did he have a baby with somebody else? All those things? Or did he... It could even be the smallest things, okay? Like Jared could wear a hat the weird way and he could never have it like perfectly back, and it's pissing you off because it goes to the side sometimes, and that's what pisses you off. Write it on the list. Put that on the ick list, okay? Does he walk funny? Does he wear weird clothes? Does he make weird sounds when he eats his food? Put it on there, because I can guarantee when you're thinking of the good in him and you go to look at that ick list, every single time you think of him in any way, shape, or form that's positively, you're going to look at that ick list. You're going to read the whole thing through, maybe even out loud if you have to, or maybe even you could even dump some pictures in there that he looks horrible, maybe not, depending on how you feel. Okay, you can do what you want with that one, but that ick list saves lives. It truly does. I believe that, because every single time I've had an urge to speak to, let's call my ex, we need to give him an ugly name, let's call him, I can't do Jimmy because I refer to that way too often, let's give him Paul. Okay, Paul is a very attractive man, but I had to put all the things that I didn't like about him. Every single time I thought about him, or I was talking to someone that wasn't as attractive as Paul, I would go to this ick list, okay? And I would say, no, these are the reasons why I hate Paul. I don't like Paul. Paul pisses me the frick off. And I promise you it works. And my therapist helped me with this one. So clearly there's some good behind it. The past person is only as good as how they worst treated you. If he cheated, you need to think of him as a cheater. Would you like to date a cheater? Ask yourself that question. Do I want to date a cheater? And point blank period, everybody's answer to that should be no. And if you're saying that, no. If you're saying yes to dating a cheater, okay, you need to look in the mirror, and we need to do a lot more respecting ourselves. But in any case, that should be a no. And if you're asking yourself that question to whatever he did, maybe it was, well, I'm going to go back to the narcissist thing because we've dealt with a lot of narcissists in my life. We're going to say, do I want to date a narcissist? And no, you don't, sweetheart. No, you don't. We are now in the stage of retraining our brain. I know a lot of the times you think, well, like if Jared or if Paul were to fix this anger issue, then life would be so good because it's so good when he doesn't get drunk or when he isn't drinking. No, we're retraining our brain as to what's our actual life look like that doesn't include him? What's the ideal end goal for us, or who our future will be with and spending time with that doesn't include him? Does that include a guy that is good with kids? Does that include someone that's funny? Does that include someone that's in the arts and creative? Does that include someone that's very athletic and always in the gym? Does that include someone that's supportive? Maybe he could have brown hair. Maybe he looks like Prince Charming. Whatever that may be, we're retraining our brain to think of that as our ideal world, not our ideal life, not him and our ex as being the person that you want to end up with if they were better. No, we are changing that into our brain, and it's going to take a while, but you have to retrain your brain just like you're retraining your muscles. If you get an injury, you physically have to retrain your brain too in that instance of that new life, that new ideal in your life. Imagine someone, I mean, this is just a kind of metaphor that I give my friends and my therapist has talked to me about too. I've used it in like a restaurant or a nail setting, but I'll use it in a restaurant just to be vague for whoever's listening. But if you go to a restaurant, a new restaurant you're trying out, and it's horrible, the food was cold, the service was bad, you wouldn't go back to the restaurant. You just wouldn't. And you wouldn't even think twice about it. You just wouldn't go. Maybe you would even leave a bad review. Why are you going back to an ex if you had to break up with them? You broke up for a reason. Remember that reason and write it down in that notes where you're putting these notes into, in that ick list, okay? Compile it all into one and maybe put it in a locked folder. But you need to understand that even if you go to a nail salon and you get your nails done and it's horrible, you're just going to go to a different one. You know how many men and women there are in this world that you're going to get back with your ex that did you dirty in some way, shape, or form? Why would you do that to yourself? You are not that low on yourself. You respect yourself more than to put your own self through that. Trust me. Think of it in not a personal perspective. Like, it's hard to think of when you're just being like, oh, well, if he gets better. No, if this was somebody else, if Jimmy was dating somebody else now, okay, he's with a new girl, she's with a new guy, and they call you on the phone. And let's say Becca, she's dating Jimmy now. Becca calls me and says, Jimmy did this. In this scenario, Jimmy cheated. Well, Jimmy also cheated on me. They did the exact same situation as they did to you, to this new girl. This new girl's calling you because she's asking you, is he going to change? Do I stay with him? What do I do? I need to know. I know you dated Jimmy before. I need to know, how does this happen? Like, did this happen to you? Without a freaking doubt in your mind, you're going to say, leave him. He doesn't change. He did it to me, and it took me long enough to get over him. Save yourself. You would say that without even thinking. Okay. So why the hell would you put yourself through that? Like, it's so bizarre to me that we do this. And I know it's human nature and it's so harder when you're in the moment than, you know, someone that's out of it. But at the same time, we all have those breakups and those people that we can't get over. We all have it. You can't die from a heartbreak. I can promise you that. You're gonna be okay. It does fucking suck, but it sucks even more if you keep getting back together with them and you waste even more of your life. Draining, thinking, backtracking, doing all that. It sucks. It's shitty. But if you are so strong, you're gonna be so proud of yourself in the end. I promise you. And I keep trying to think back to what makes you think that the next time will be better or different. He's never shown it before. He's never changed the last 3 times that you've gone back with him. What makes you think that this time he's going to change? There's these things that I've kind of even tried to rewire my brain with too, is like, once it's a mistake, if something happens once, cheating, that's not a mistake. That was fully your choice. You chose to do that. That's who you are. But One time could be a mistake in some way, shape, or form. Maybe he said a bad comment, whatever. One time can be a mistake. 2 times, rarely, it's just a coincidence. 3 times, that is who they are. They are not changing. That is ingrained in them, okay? That is 100% their characteristics. And if they do it to you, they're going to do it to Becky. They're going to do it to Jennifer. They're going to do it to whoever they can capture next. The reason why even if they chose somebody else over you, which we are not chasing anyone, we are not competing with anyone, we are just doing better and improving, okay? We do not chase, we do not beg, we do not devalue ourselves for anybody. If they do not respect us, we're not there, we're not game, we're not even trying. We're walking away and we're making our life even so much better than it was with them, before them, after them. We're making it so good that they physically couldn't even fit into it anymore, even if they tried. Okay. I almost just threw my phone there. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. And I know this is a world-renowned saying that everyone's heard at least probably 5 times in their life, but it's so true. Everyone's heard it because it is so real, and probably everyone goes through it and feels it more than once too. So when someone shows you who they are, believe it. Write it on the ick list. If they cheated on you, that is who they are. Believe it. Now, going into the emotional attachment. Trying to lose that emotional attachment is very hard, okay? You have to kind of think into the perspective of, I brought the love to that relationship. I brought the feeling. I brought the traditions. I brought the energy. And if I take all of that away and lose that emotional attachment, there's nothing there. So if you take the power back and you take that emotion and that emotional attachment out of the situation, there's nothing left. There's nothing left for him to even grab onto. Stop giving him chances and walk away. Be the best thing that he ever had. And I mean, sometimes the world, when they're throwing things at you and showing you that they cheated on you, or showing you a text that he sent to someone, or someone giving you a secret that happened, or it could be even something that someone saw that you don't even know if you want to believe. Sometimes the world throws these things at you just so that you can see that this right now, it's not meant for you. And going through a breakup is another way of saying, maybe this chapter I'm supposed to do on my own. Maybe this chapter I'm not supposed to be with a significant other. Maybe this chapter I'm supposed to be selfish and spend more time loving myself. Maybe this chapter I'm supposed to meet new friends and travel the world, or get better at my job and get promoted, or spend more time with my family. Like, maybe this chapter is for you and your growth, not growth of a relationship with somebody else, not trying to work through things and being in a pit and never kind of being able to crawl out. We do all have our weak moments. So, I mean, I've had it before, and I'm sure all of you guys listening have had weak moments too. Those 2 a.m. calls that when you're blackout in the bag, those are weak moments. And those, I mean, they happen, but if we block the number, then we can't even have those weak moments. But here are some things that I've written down that have helped me when I'm in those weak moments. If he calls or reaches out in any way, shape, or form, and you're thinking of the answer, you need to think about how much you're devaluing yourself for even answering, even giving him the time of day. Or even if you're reaching out and he's out, maybe this is a Friday night, he could be home, he could be out with his friends, he could be at a sports game, he could be out with another girl. Imagine you calling him and him seeing that and laughing, or putting in a group chat being like, haha, got her. Do you know how much your value goes down? It plummets. We do not need to do that. The only thing we're doing post or after this breakup is going up, rising, growing, valuing ourselves, respecting ourselves, doing everything that we need to do to make ourselves feel better and love ourselves. And I mean, you can also go back into the way of thinking of it if it was a new person, if they were seeing somebody else and they came to you with the same problems that you're having in the relationship, what would you say? Take your personal and try as hard as you can to take your personal self out of it and think of it as somebody else going through this. What would you say to them? If this was your best friend telling you that he has anger management issues and he drinks too much, or whatever it may be in your scenario, and you heard your friend, your best friend, your sister say this, you would say, are you kidding me? Do you know how good of a person you are? You do not deserve that. So why do you not look in the mirror and say that to yourself? Me listening to myself speak about relationships and all of this on TikTok, sometimes I need a wake-up call too. Sometimes I have those weak moments too. So sometimes I'm in bed creeping myself, listening to how to get over someone or how to thrive after a breakup. I need it too. I need that help as well. I'm not an expert in any way in this field. I've gone through so much that I've learned so much, yes, but sometimes you need those reminders. So go back to this list, go to my social media, watch a video or two, watch somebody else talk about it. But at the end of the day, think of it as if my best friend or my family member was going through this, what the hell would I say to them? And I can guarantee you'd say, you don't deserve this. You don't deserve to feel this. You don't deserve to be treated this low. He doesn't respect you. And if they don't respect you, that is one of the bare minimum. And I wrote down some of the bare minimum things that they need to have in order to even be with you or have a chance in having a relationship with you. So I'll go to those. Being loved is a bare minimum. Feeling valued is a bare minimum. Being respected is a bare minimum. Being prioritized is a bare minimum. Being desired, feeling wanted, feeling sexually attracted to is a bare minimum in a relationship. Feeling heard, feeling like your concerns, your emotions and things that you're going through, whether that's work or life or anything, is heard. That's the bare minimum. Feeling understood as a person, as a human being with emotions and life is a bare minimum. And last but not least, well, not last, but these are just my bare minimums, feeling supported, feeling like if you make a decision to do something or step out of the bubble or do something new and start a podcast or start a hobby or do whatever, they need to support you. Yes, they can give you advice, but at the end of the day, they need to support you in your endeavors and what makes you happy. And if they don't do those things, they should not even deserve a chance to have a relationship with you or even take you on a date or even take you on a second date or even go for a walk with you or even bug you on the phone at night. Those are strictly what's needed. Everything else, them being funny, them having so much money and this and that, that's add-ons. But these are the bare minimums. So when I need a quick fix, I've kind of wrapped this all up into a quick summary. So if you need a quick little thing to write down to remind yourself, put this: actions speak louder than words. Consistency speaks louder than both. Choose people who make you feel wanted. One day you'll be sitting down and you won't even think about him in any way. You'll congratulate yourself, smile, and say it was hard, but I'm so proud of myself for doing the hard thing, because it is a hard thing. The quick fix is the easy way out. Trust me, it is. It's hard after that, but it's not even hard. It's just sad that you have to start over. The going through that hard thing and breaking up with someone, even though you still have love for them, but you had to do it because it was the best option for you and you knew that at the time, is the hard thing. And congratulations. Not a lot of people can do that. So if you can, you should be proud of yourself and celebrate those small wins. Write it on a wine bottle and say, dodging his texts or blocking him and forgetting about him or not thinking about him for a week, not creeping his Instagram for a week, blocking him on Instagram. That can be something to celebrate. Celebrate those small things. Have a cake, order in, do whatever you want. But that is something to be proud of yourself for, because it is a hard thing. It's not what happens to us. It's not us getting cheated on. It's not us dating a narcissist or being lied to. I don't want to say anything too crazy and trigger anyone, but having those things happen to us, it's not what happens to us. It's how we deal with that, how we act after that. Do we break up with them? Do we stand up for ourselves and not allow them to disrespect us and keep pushing us down like this anymore? Do we put our foot down and say, I'm done. I'm sick and tired of this, and I do not deserve this. You cannot treat me like this any longer. I'm done with this relationship. I respect you as a person, but you do not have a hold on me anymore. And then you're free. You need to think of this as, what if I had kids And you might have kids. You might get out of a divorce and have a family and say, what role model am I showing to the people around me? My friends, my family, my children, my cousins. What type of role model am I showcasing if I'm getting back together with someone that made me so upset, so down on myself, making me question, am I the problem? Do I need to change something? Am I too much for someone? None of that is your fault. You are who you are. And I can guarantee that you will find somebody out there that is meant for you, that will make you so happy and won't treat you that way. But you know that saying of you have to go through the bad to get to the good? You have to have those dark days, or what is it? You have to have that storm to get that rainbow, or for the flowers to bloom, whatever that is. You do have to go through those hardships. You do have to go through those bad breakups to get to that really good happy after. You do need to take those learning lessons to know, okay, next time, if I went through love bombing this time, now I know what it looks like, and now I'm not going to put up with it again. So I'm not going to waste those months dating you and going on dates and getting to know you, because I do not want that in a person. I know where this leads, and I do not want it. And at the end of the day, that's progress, baby. Okay. I had a thing of they chose someone else, and I have a bullet point that says we don't compete either. We upgrade. So I think I said that earlier, but again, we are not here to compete with anyone, shape, or form. You can have her. If you're thinking about maybe going with me or Jennifer, go with Jennifer, because I'm not waiting around and someone's going to only want me. Only. Not even think twice about Jennifer. Not even look twice about her. Okay. Another thing is, some people asked me some questions. Some people asked about ghosting. What do you do? Some people asked about dealing with a narcissist. So I have some things that I've written down when I have had to deal with these issues, and I've talked to my therapists about them and things like that. So here's some tips for you guys who are asking these questions. And thank you for writing them in, because I do want to make sure I'm hitting things that you guys want to hear, things that you guys want to touch base on. So the only thing I have in my notes for they ghosted me. Okay. So if they ghosted you, and this has to have happened to everybody at least once in our lives, it's a shitty feeling, right? Like it goes deep down into your tummy. You're like, well, shit, they're just never going to talk to me again. I have so much to say. Maybe I should have told them this. Maybe I should have done this. No, you were just fine. You did everything right. You held yourself as to how you were. You cannot take anything back. You can't control someone by any means. But you know what you can do? You can haunt him by thriving. You can haunt him by being so happy and so much better off without him. The whole thing about creating a life that he couldn't even fit into, do it. I dare you. It's hurting inside because he ghosted you. Okay, let's haunt the living shit out of this man or woman by just being happy as hell without them. Oh, you thought I was happy now? Watch this. I'm going to do more. I'm going to spend more time on myself. Use it as fire in your ass, as for revenge. You think that he thinks that you looked good now? Oh, buddy, watch. Now I have more time for the gym because I don't have to call your bum at 11 o'clock every single day and sleep on the phone with you. I have more time for myself now. Watch me glow up. You can haunt him with that shit. He'll be so mad. Walking away is progress from what you've learned from the past. When going back to someone that's toxic or doesn't deserve you. A lot of the times and I can honestly say probably everybody has gone back to those toxic exes. So even making progress of doing that blocking or whatever is also something that we need to celebrate. Now, my fun part, the dealing with a narcissist. When someone shows you who they are, we believe them. A narcissist could be someone who lies to you, who consistently love bombs you, but when you call them out, they lash out, they get defensive. Well, you made me do that. You made me say this. You made me message her. You made me do all. No, it's not your fault. And these people make you believe as if this behavior was all because of you. And we need to flip the damn script and wake up a minute, because it's not on us. We did not make Jimmy Boy cheat on us. We did not make Jimmy lie to us. We did not make Jimmy go on his phone and call a different girl at night after he was done hanging out with us. We didn't make him do that. That's just what he thinks he can get away with. And you know what? If we don't let him get away with it, he'll choose somebody else as his victim, hook up with her, and be doing the exact same thing. And we'll say, listen, at least it's not me. Okay? And we do not need to be the victim in that scenario. We need to be freed by that narcissistic man. I said it before, the first is an accident. The second might be a coincidence. I hate even saying that. But the third time, there's a pattern there. And that pattern is who they are. You can stay, but they have shown you who they are. So quite literally, they will do it again. And do you want to put yourself back into that pain? You felt it before. Do you want to feel it again? It's kind of funny because I've been love bombed a lot of the time. And I don't understand why. Like in the beginning, I was a bit oblivious to the sense of love bombing, and I was like, they must love me. Like, how could they not? I'm a catch. I am fun. I do so much for my significant others. I am so gift giving. I'm so verbal. I communicate with them all the time. I tell them how much I love them. Of course, they're probably love bombing me. But I mean, love bombing is fun in the first 24 hours until you realize that nobody, and I mean nobody, can know you, let alone love you, let alone want you to be their girlfriend and want you in their life forever after a week, 2 weeks, even a month. I heard the other day that the honeymoon phase actually lasts 2 years. The extreme honeymoon phase lasts 6 months. So if you aren't going smooth sailing for those 2 years, there's an issue that we need to evaluate here, okay? But back to the love bombing, Jimmy does not know he loves you if he's telling you that in a month or 2 months, okay? He doesn't even know you. He doesn't know what you look like after you're getting out of the shower. He doesn't know how you react if a family member or something were to happen to them. He doesn't know how angry you get if something doesn't go your way. He doesn't get everything. He doesn't know what makes you tick. He doesn't know what makes you squirm. He doesn't know what makes you happy every day. He doesn't know those weird quirks about you. So how could he fully love you and the person that you are? So 2025 is for no love bombers, no narcissists, no cheaters, no liars, no one that puts you down, and quite frankly, no one that disrespects you or can't show respect for you. Period. End of story. And if that breakup guide doesn't help, we need to have a one-on-one conversation because there's more we need to delve into. But I can promise you, breaking up and walking away is the best answer after a breakup, okay? Do not go back because you're only hurting yourself. And honestly, it's a pain for your friends and family members to have to watch you, and people that love you to have to watch you go back to a situation that made you feel uncomfortable and that made you unhappy. So do it for yourself, but also do it for the people around you that are looking up to you or that are trying to be there for you, but they can only be there for you so much so you make the final decision. You, at the end of the day, really do know what's best for you. You do. You know it deep down, but sometimes you just choose the easy way out. You choose the quick fix. It sucks, but try choosing the hard way. Try choosing the thing that it might be hard in the beginning, but it'll be really, really, really satisfying in the end. You'll feel free. You'll feel like life has never been so good. You've never been so happy. You didn't even know you could be that happy. You'll get there, but you have to go through the hard first. And that's all I got for you today, guys. So I hope you like this one. Please like and share if you know anyone else going through a breakup or thinking of going through a breakup, or you just want them to go into a breakup. Feel free to send it to them and see what happens with Jimmy and Jennifer. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I love you. Please tell me what you guys want to see because I am here to give you what you want. Over and out. See you next Thursday.